Hi everyone, I'm David Griffin, and I'm here to bring you a review of Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea, Episode 2, final, well, most likely the final DLC installment for the Bioshock Infinite game, which was one of my top games of the year. If you remember, if you checked out, Michael and I did our video game of the year picks, and that definitely, though it didn't win my game of the year, Bioshock Infinite was definitely in my top 5 for game of the year. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a sad day to talk about Bioshock Infinite because, Irrational Games was in the news a little while back. Ken Levine, one of the heads of the studio, said that they laid off a bunch of people. They're going to go in a more smaller game direction, less AAA titles. And, I love the Bioshock franchise. This isn't necessarily the end of Bioshock. We may see more Bioshock games, but I thought Bioshock Infinite, and especially this DLC, which I want to talk about now, brought all of that story to an end. For those of you who have at least played Bioshock 1, it's a story of this underground world called Rapture, built by this crazy man named Andrew Ryan, a very ambitious man. Of course, Bioshock Infinite now brings in Booker DeWitt and Elizabeth. And the first part, I'm not going to spoil anything here. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. The first part, Burial at Sea Part 1, you played as Booker, and Burial at Sea Part 2, you play as Elizabeth. And it is so fun to play with her. It's different. It's a different style. With Booker, it's more guns blazing, shoot first, ask questions later. With Elizabeth, you have a few different styles of playing. You can go guns blazing, but what this game does is it gives you a, let's see what's the word, it gives you more of a stealth option. I'm not going to say it goes full on Splinter Cell or anything, or Metal Gear Solid or anything like that, but you do some stealth elements, a lot of sneaking around, banging guys upside their head from behind, killing some splicers, just how people do. It's a great game. It's a beautiful game. It's so nice to be in Rapture. For those of you who don't know, Burial at Sea is an extension of Bioshock Infinite, which in the end, I won't spoil it, but just let you know if you're debating, like, should I get the DLC? Is it even worth it? It does wrap everything up very nicely at the end, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I actually enjoyed this episode 2 as Elizabeth more than I did episode 1 as Booker. I mean, it starts off in Paris. Just to give you a hint of like the beginning of it, this really cool scene. It's almost like a Beauty and the Beast with Belle, singing bonjour, bonjour. You have all these people like talking to you, and she's all happy, and it's this beautiful world. And of course, as everything in Bioshock, it goes to crap because Bioshock, all the games, the first one is Rapture, Infinite, up in the clouds. It always looks beautiful on the outside, and maybe when the first time you get in there, it looks nice. There's always a deeper, darker, something else, sinister going on. With Bioshock Infinite, there was issues of race, nationalism, separation from the United States. With the same thing again, and with Bioshock, the first one. With Rapture, separation from the world, freedom. But with that freedom, there's consequences. Nothing's ever perfect. Human beings are human beings. That's what the Bioshock series has always talked about. Now, I'm not mentioning Bioshock 2 in this, and the reason why is because Irrational didn't really work on Bioshock 2. It was made by a different company. So I'm talking about Bioshock 1 now and Bioshock Infinite, because this, I believe, Burial at Sea Part 2 wraps all that up neatly. This has just been one of my favorite games, as I said before. I think Elizabeth is a great character. Booker's also a great character, voiced by Troy Baker. For those of you who don't know, it's Arkham Origins. He was Joker for The Last of Us, which was Michael's Game of the Year for a Game of the Year video. He was the voice of Joel, just doing some amazing voiceover work, and Elizabeth as well. Great voiceover work there. And again, probably one of my favorite games. This wraps everything up nicely. If you're into the Bioshock Infinite series, I'm just putting out this video to let you know you should get the DLC. I can't really talk about too much detail on the game. As good as it is, I don't want to spoil because the pieces slowly start coming together and everything in the Bioshock world, at least from Irrational's view, which was Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite, wraps up nicely. I can't recommend this enough. Pick up the games if you've never played the whole Bioshock franchise. I don't know when we're going to see a Bioshock game again. If we are, I don't know what 2K is going to do, but Irrational is going in a different direction. So this is a great entry, final entry into the series, possibly a final entry into the series of Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea Part 2. As always, if you want to chat with video games with us, you come check us out at thinkhero.com. We're also on Twitter. Michael, myself, Dennis, we all play video games. Michael had a different perspective on Bioshock. Maybe check out his opinions. Be sure to watch our Video Game of the Year review to hear his views on Bioshock Infinite. We're at Think Hero on Twitter. I'm at GriffinDE. And of course, we also have a Facebook page. Please give us a like, spread the social media, just share everything, our video games, TV reviews. We got Game of Thrones coming up, all that great stuff. And that's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans.